Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back. Yeah. Well, today we're going to talk about the movie we saw last night called
Instant Family,
which is pretty much about us.
It really was.
We'll tell you the truths and myths that we saw in the movie. And then we're going to talk about the kiddos. We just got a placement on Friday, and we'll just fill you in about what's going on. So we got free passes to the screening of the movie Instant Family from our wonderful agency, Jonathan's Place. So we went with all 5 little kids last night. We took the train down.
Yeah.
And 3 of them fell asleep during the movie.
All the boys.
Yeah. Not totally kid appropriate, I'll say. But we got very excited about going to a movie, so we took everybody.
Yeah, we definitely walked in, and we were probably about, 5 or 10 minutes late, and no one in there had kids. It was all grown-ups. And we're like, okay, there's no kids here, but we're gonna do this anyways.
Yeah, we were committed. Anyway, so it's about a couple. They're straight. I mean, they can't be perfect like us, so they were a
That
straight
means
couple.
man and woman.
Yes. They were a man and woman couple. Anyways, they are real estate investors like us. The guy flips houses just like we do. And they don't have any kids, and they get licensed to be foster parents, and it goes from there. But some of the things that were not accurate, at least in Texas, is that they got their foster care license in like 8 weeks. And it takes at least 6 months here. You have to go through the classes. The first class is all weekend, and they have weekend classes for, I don't know how long. The weekend class might be 8 weeks.
This is also with Jonathan's Place. I don't know what it's like anywhere else. I imagine that or I guess I would hope that it's a little bit more extensive, because then it kind of weeds out, I guess, the bad foster parents.
Because it is a time commitment to sit in class. And it's funny, in the scene where they're doing like the intro to foster care, a couple just gets right up in the middle and walks out because they're kind of scaring them with, hey, these kids aren't perfect, everything we always talk about. People are like, but anyways, that was my first discrepancy. That's how easy it was for them to get their license, when it's actually a pretty grueling process to go through all of the classes and everything. And then if you start out with a class of, say, 20 people, probably only half end up actually getting their license. That's kind of how I see it. And then they go to a match adoption event, which we've never been to because it's too weird for us, because it's basically kids that are either legal risk or up for adoption, that just hanging out in a park, and you're like, oh, I like that one. That one's cute, just weird.
The way that they have it out in the movie, or the way they have the scene in the movie, is exactly how I play it out in my mind, which is there's kids everywhere, and foster parents are walking around, or, wanting to adopt parents are walking around, and you're finding kids that are playing by themselves or whatever to try to bond with them. And then over in the corner, there's all the teenagers that none of the parents are talking to. And I just imagine that's what it's like, and it seems horrendous to do. I just can't wrap my brain around that in any way. And I think sometimes, or I would say most of the time, when we get calls, we're like, yeah, okay, just because, I don't know, I'd like to think that we're very open and loving and want to have all of the children in the world in our house. And that would include teenagers, and there is thousands of teenagers in the system waiting to be adopted, or really most of them have probably given up.
Yeah, it's something like 50% or more of kids that just age out of foster care, they're teenagers and they're just turning 18, and then all of a sudden the state doesn't help them anymore. I think 50 or more percent end up on drugs or incarcerated or homeless, and that's a really accurate fact, because I got the percentage right on. But it is a lot too. It's way too many of them. So they need somebody, whether you adopt them or not. I mean, you can just kind of mentor. If you're looking for somewhere to help out, it's definitely in the older kids and teens that get little to no attention.
If you want to help out, we always talk about our agency, Jonathan's Place. Call them and figure out ways to volunteer. They have a what we call the cottage on site that has teen girls in it. They also have a shelter. It's an emergency shelter. If they have space for children that can't find placement and they have the room there, they can take them there. And, you know, I don't know what their stipulations are or whatnot, but I know that you can volunteer there. And if you can't do that, find a foster family that needs help. We're one of those. We need help. She won't say it, but we always need help. People always need help. Reach out to families who want to help.
Yeah. Yeah, get like licensed babysitter. Just go mow your lawn or something.
Yes.
Anyways, back to the movie.
We need hours edged up.
Back to the movie. I liked how they portrayed when the kids came into the house. They had the classic black
Yes.
bag, black trash bag. That's their luggage every single time.
And there's a line where the teenage girl says, that's probably how you can spot out a foster kid, is you see them with a hefty bag.
Mm-hmm.
It happens every placement. And every time they've left us, we make sure to go out and buy bags or get bags from our agency and put all their
Duffel
stuff
bags.
in bags. Like, not trash bags.
luggage.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, not to spoil the movie entirely, but it was actually a pretty good portrayal of how foster care works. A couple of biased things where it looks maybe a little bit easier than it is at times as far as getting your license. They did the honeymoon phase really good with the kids where they're like nice for a week and you're like, oh, this is easy. And
They're
then,
great.
Yeah, and then you're like, why won't you eat your green beans? And then I think they broke everything at dinner one time. And
Yeah.
one of the kids shot a nail through his foot at one point, and you know, just it's an imperfect situation, and you just make the best of it, as you said. I don't know.
Oh, so one thing that was in the movie that is different for us here in Texas is that there was 3 siblings. There was a teenage girl, what I think was maybe 11 or 12-year-old boy. I didn't really catch his age, and about a 6-year-old girl. And they put the boy and the 6-year-old girl in a room together, and the teenage girl got a room by herself. And you know, we can't do that. If they're over the age of 6, you can't put them in the same room. And so I thought that was interesting, and I would have put the boy in a separate room anyways. That's just me. What do you know, Mark Wahlberg and whatever your name is, but yeah.
Lady from Bridesmaids.
That was the end of it, you know, just the room thing. I'm sure there's more stuff we could tell you, but we don't want to spoil it in any way. I thought it was an amazing movie. I loved it so much. She said there was some, maybe not so much for kids, but I think like our 8-year-olds walked away learning something from it. Like they felt good that they got to see a movie about foster kids. I mean,
Yeah, they're like, it's like us.
yeah. And
the boys just fell asleep. They were like, we got our
The
popcorn,
girls.
we got our candy.
yeah. Say age appropriate, maybe 8 and up would be good.
Depends on like how
Mature the 8-year-old is.
and how prudent you are as a parent. Like
That's true.
The term dick pig came up, so
Also, masturbation came up.
yeah. So I mean, it depends on how you talk to your kids. Though we've talked about both of those topics in our house.
Yeah.
Topics in our house. So
I mean,
You
even
guys-
though we've talked about it though, we were also like
yeah,
looking at each other like, oh crap.
yeah. So if you lean to the conservative side, maybe not so much. Maybe it's just teenager, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it was
I-
awesome. Go see it.
It's about us.
It is.
If one of us was a dude. Okay, so about our placement that we got on Friday. So we're taking school-aged children.
Boys.
Boys.
School-aged
first.
boys.
So, of course, they call us with a school-aged boy who's 6 and his adorable 3-year-old brother. And we were like, no, we're not taking any 3-year-olds. We can't. We don't have the time. We have too much stuff to do, like make fun videos. But we run a business during the day, and it is important that we actually do that, just like we're doing right now. And then at a certain point during the phone call, I was like, wait, I know people get CCMS, they put their kids in daycare, which we usually don't do. Not that we're better than anyone, that's just we haven't. So I was like, wait, could we get CCMS since we're self-employed? And they were like, yes, definitely. So we're like, all right. And they're like, oh, they're so attached, and they give you a hard time.
They are not attached. They lied.
Well,
Which is fun.
The 6-year-old, he always.
They
wants
are
to.
attached in a way that, like, whenever the first few nights when they were going to bed, the little one wanted to sleep with the older one, and the older one was like, well, he just wants somebody to sleep with. And we're like, well, we understand, baby, but you can't do that. And then, the little one is like, where's this person? Where's this person? And so, yes, but I don't think that's any different than any other 3-year-old. Like, when that's who they know, that's what they're going to look for.
Well,
but to me, I felt like it was like, oh, they're going to be so brokenhearted and be ripped apart, and their behavior's going to be terrible if they're not together. And I mean, I don't know, but either way, we ended up saying yes. So
Back to the movie real quick.
Yeah.
They did talk about how the kids are taken away from everything in their life that they know, and it is possible sometimes to keep them with their siblings. So we're taking away their mom, their dad, their coaches, their teachers, their whoever else in their life. But if you can keep one relationship together, and that's a sibling, then maybe open your heart up to more than one kid, even if you were just thinking of one. So they said that in the movie, and they did a really good depiction of that.
I love that part too. Yeah,
like I said, there's a sibling group of 3 that they take. So anyway, so we took the 3-year-old in also, of course, and he's freaking adorable. No regrets.
Oh my god,
he looks like Porky from Little Rascals, so we're calling him Porky in the videos.
Yeah, and our 6-year-old looks like Doug from the cartoon.
So there you go. Those are our code names. So we're just gonna walk through, what we do in the first week. First of all, when you get the phone call, we have to think kind of long term. Like, now we're not trying to adopt them, but
if they stay a long time,
we're going to stay for a long time, or even potentially be adopted. Will they fit in our family? Can we make this work? And initially we were like, we can't make the 3-year-old work, but kind of got tucked into it. And like I said, no regrets here. So, but that's just in like 10. Actually, it took 30. We called back and forth a couple times. Like, are you sure they take CCMS? Well, okay, we'll call you back. Are you sure this isn't? Okay, we'll call you back. And then we're finally like, yes. And they were like already on the way. They're gonna say yes.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Our case worker that called us that night, she was like, okay, well, they'll be there in 45 minutes. And I thought, wait a second, did they already think that we were taking the 3-year-old? Like, what about paperwork? And they were like, yeah, no, it was already done.
They know what's up. They knew
we laugh about it, but I don't know. I think I like to believe that a lot of stuff happens for a reason, and maybe they had hope for that reason. I don't know.
You just gotta be flexible. Yeah. Anyway, so we survived the weekend. No thanks to me, because I work all weekend at the hospital. But then Monday we got Monday we got the baby signed up for daycare, and he didn't get to go till Wednesday, which was fine, because then on Tuesday you got to take him to the doctor within 3 days.
We signed the other one up for school. Like, he went to school Monday, then he missed all day Tuesday. Like, it just happens. You have to get all this stuff done.
There you go.
So, full house.
3 boys, 3 girls, 2 moms.
That's right. It's kind of awesome.
No, we're fine. I guess that's it for now.
Until next time. Bye.